Hello everyone, my name is Maggie and today I'm going to be redoing the Willow Creek Archive, which is a library in Willow Creek, and it came with the base game. So as you can see in the before over here, this place really needs a revamp. Maybe this is what libraries used to look like back in the day, but I've seen some really great libraries since then. So I wanted to turn this into a library slash coffee shop. Now the lot will still be a library lot, so there's a few things that I need to tick off and then I have to have on this property. So I'm gonna add that as a little challenge to try and stick to the library criteria. So for the layout, I have a bigger downstairs area that is the adult section of the library as well as the coffee shop, and then an upstairs area that will be the children's area, and then there's a more relaxed outdoor area that has a little bit of a more relaxed atmosphere. So I used a platform here as a step instead of using stairs. I think it's going to look a lot more sophisticated, and paneling on the sides, I want the color green. Gosh guys, I know I do everything in the color green, but it's just so beautiful. And in this case I wanted to put a lot of plants all around to add to the like coffee shop atmosphere, and I really like the way that it looks with the green paneling. Surprisingly, this build took really long because it's very detailed and I wanted to do some fancy things, so it is one of my longer videos, but it's really worth it because I want to go to this coffee shop. Can someone please make a coffee shop like this in the world, like in real life? And if there is one in South Africa or anywhere in the world really, let me know so that I can, go there sometime. So I made the windows at the back open so that you have this little study area where you can sit and look out at the beautiful garden and just like see that there's nothing between you and the outside. Then I wanted to make other custom study areas, and I did this by putting shelves down and then downsizing the desk so that I could place the computers anywhere I wanted to, so that this is like a custom desk built into the shelf and it's actually functional. Then we have the coffee shop or the coffee stand area. So I wanted to use an actual coffee stand, but it was looking a little bit empty, so I made a real kitchen and added in counters to the back and then added this coffee stand there. I also wanted to have some seating that's different from a table and chair at a coffee shop, somewhere where you could lounge around a little bit. Now, the story of my life, I forgot to put in bathrooms, so I had to add them in when I realized that I need somewhere to put a bathroom, and I already planned out the rest of the layout. So I quickly added them in as these hidden bookshelf doors, and these are from a mod called Chateau. Now, aside from the children's area, this is the only area where I added colorful wallpaper, and I think it's fitting for a bathroom. Now back to the desks that I built. To make this look like a bookshelf, I actually added in shelves and a wooden background so that it can look like a shelf, but it's actually just like a bunch of things I threw together. And it's my favorite thing to stock up bookshelves because it's so satisfying. Just watch. Now I also wanted to make sure it looks like people are actually having coffee here, so I added in drinks and coffee and things on their desks. Now I needed to have the appliances look aesthetic, so I couldn't use the placement that Sims gives you. So to work around this, you can place your appliances on an island and then size down the counter. It has to be an island countertop, and then you can place your appliances anywhere you want. You'll see me do this a few times when I am doing the kitchen, so if you didn't know about that, then make use of this trick next time. It's so good. Just look at this coffee pot, for example. If I had to put it in the middle, I wouldn't have space for all the other nice things that I wanted to put all around it. Now let's stock up some bookshelves again. So here's where it got tricky because it didn't automatically snap to the height. So I had to use the 9 key to raise up the books so that I could put them at the same height of the shelf. So over here I wanted to have a little station where you can add like sugar to your drink, or you could, you know, stir it up, get a straw. This is like that kind of area. So I used any clutter that I could find that kind of made sense there. And I moved out the counters so that I could clutter it in a realistic way with the Alt key. I also wanted to put some pre-made coffees in there, and every other station needed to look like people had actually been sitting there and drinking coffee. So that's the kind of clutter that I used. Anything that made it seem like people are sitting here or this table is potentially occupied. So I added little coffees everywhere. I also added these planters and stacked them on top of each other so that it looks like a really full planter window. I'm also going to add this plant over here. And then every single coffee shop needs a place where you're going to sit and drink your coffee, so that's what I'm adding here. And I just wanted it to be simple, and I used the same chairs as outside. Then at the outdoor area, I wanted to add the bubble tea station covered by a pergola. It's also the perfect place to put a chess table, which is one of the requirements of a library lot. And then I added the same chairs as the inside. So I actually forgot to record the rest of it, like I accidentally stopped recording, but this is how the outdoor area looks now. I added more tables, and then I also added these cute little fairy lights. This is going to be a more relaxed area where you can sit and relax, and for people who want to have tea as well. Now I'm just using the terrain tool to add a little walkway from the outside to the back door. I'm also going to change the terrain under the pergola because I think that's more realistic. And then it needs something, so I'm just going to add this potted plant over here. Then I also want to make another lounge area over here that's a bit more relaxed with lounge chairs. This area is supposed to be where you can sit back like under the trees. Imagine the birds chirping and you're sitting there, and maybe you do have a book. If you have a really good like cozy book, you might want to read that here. I don't know if anyone else shares the sentiment, but if I'm reading outside, I do feel like I'm taking part in an outdoors activity. I don't know why. I'm just gonna finish this up by adding some plants. On the step here, I'm using the same plants as on the front step. While I was using the terrain tool over here, my friend commented on how it's fake to spray paint your grass. He obviously never played Sims before, so he doesn't know that this is the way the terrain tool works. But it was just funny to me that that's an observation from the outside. Why are we spray painting the ground? Now I'm just going to add the finishing touches to the staircase so that we can start doing the upstairs area, because I'm so excited about this. I really just want to get like the children's area done. I think it's going to be a huge upgrade from the children's area that was in the previous library, and the kids are going to be so happy. So I'm doing this by adding a railing to the top because it's going to be a nice balcony area. And I'm also going to like break out the top layer so that it's the same as the bottom layer, but just indented a little bit more. And then adding in the same windows, door and awning from the bottom to this part as well. There's a beautiful library we used to go to. It's actually a bookstore we used to go to in Jasmijn, which is in South Africa in Hartbeespoort. It's still there, but I haven't been there since I was a child. And this bookstore, this library part for the children, is inspired by that bookstore. They had tree bookshelves, and I know we have tree bookshelves in The Sims, but I wanted to make something a little bit more realistic, so I wanted to see if I can make it myself in the same way that I made the bookshelf desks downstairs, and it worked well because I used these arches that are for weddings, and I used it and then added like the shelves that I added to the shelf at the bottom at the downstairs floor. And look how cute these bookshelves turned out. It looks so much cuter than the tree bookshelf that we have in The Sims anyway, and it's unique. So then I wanted to make another unique piece of furniture by the window where it is like a tree table. So this is the first attempt I made, and I just took a tree and a table and put them together, and it looks so cute and it's very playful. I mean, if you're going to be reading books and using your imagination a lot, then why not have very imaginative furniture? So I duplicated the bookshelf from the corner over here as well and added these mushroom shelves from Enchanted by Nature. Now because this is for kids, I'm adding a ball pit. And I almost forgot about the bathroom again, but luckily there was space for it in here. So I wanted to make a really cute bathroom that has space for small kids and for their parents. So I love this little sink that I just sized down because then you can go together like with your kid to the bathroom. I don't know. What if you also have to go to the bathroom? You see, it solves the problem. So I just added in as much clutter and decor and toys and everything that I could potentially do. And then I went on to decorate the bookshelves. So for this, I wanted to make sure there's enough space in between for toys so that it looks a little bit more appealing if you're a child. Like you walk up to this bookshelf and there's a dinosaur, and then maybe all the books around it are dinosaur related, or there's like a mushroom guy and there's like a little owl nightlight. I think it's so cute. I want this. Actually, maybe it's not for kids, it's for me. This is for the kid inside my heart. Especially this corner over here where you have the mushroom shelves and you have that bear like seat that you can sit on and a little tent right next to that, so you can like go into the tent and read your book. Oh, I would have loved this as a child. I would have absolutely spent all my time in the library. I changed the tree for the tree table to something a little bit more like neat. And I think it's so cute. So now, you know, I can't even tell you how many times I changed the carpets in this place because I just couldn't make up my mind. So where this side with the tent is a little bit more imaginative, the other side is very much more like safari. Maybe it could cater towards older children, and then the area in the other corner is more for toddlers. The bookshelves follow the same strategy though. I made space for all the toys in between, and I wanted to make use of different toys at each one so that they don't all have the same look. Each one is unique. I would love to see if in live mode those gnomes actually stay there, because I have found that sometimes I lose my gnomes. They just disappear. I think they really have like their own life, so if you put a gnome in somewhere, they walk away, they leave. So if anybody knows why that happens, please let me know, because I would love to know how to solve that problem. If you have kids of your own, please let me know what you think this would be like for them. Like, would it be a big mess or would it actually work? Because I think maybe some kids would get rowdy at the ball pits and throw balls at the kids who are reading in this corner. That's like potentially a problem, but other than that, I don't really see anything being an issue. So over here I'm going to add a little tea set station and like very playful pillows so that they can have tea parties over here. This is also maybe another concern, like having your kids out on the balcony, but I think it'll be fine. This is The Sims. They never go past the railings, so it's fine. If you watched my video where I made a miniature house, this is where I got the inspiration for it. When I downsized that little chair, I realized I need to make a house that is where everything is super tiny. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. It's really funny. But I made that after I made this because I just like really wanted to make a small house. And if you haven't downloaded custom content yet on your game that allows you to put pillows on the chairs, or that has pillows that you can put on your chairs, this is your sign to do it, because look how cute it is. And with that, I think the upstairs area is done, so let me show you the results. I think this is so much better than the library that was here before. Granted, I don't think I could make something as great with just the base game elements. There's a lot of mods in here and there's a lot of packs in here, but it looks so cute and I don't regret a thing. This is what I enjoy the most about playing The Sims, is when I take something that was horrible and dilapidated and turn it into something that's more modern, that is so much cuter, that has a better feel. I mean, I would go to this library. I wouldn't have gone to the library that was here before. And I've said library so many times in this video that I don't even think I'm saying library correctly. I mean, I'm struggling with that word. It's a tongue twister. Try saying it 3 times fast. So it is my goal to continue to update and make a save file out of all the base game worlds and lots. So if you want to see me do that, then please subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be doing more of this. Thank you so much to everyone that supports my channel. I love all of you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.